Hi there, this is going to be my first what if. As you can see in the picture, if you don't know who this is, it's Noob Sailbot. And let's just get started. Yeah. So if you hear any background noise, that's my controller and stuff. So we start at Zuko's birth. Zuko has mostly black hair and a little bit of greenish, like half. Not like Todoroki half, but like tips, like half the tips are like green and stuff. And that's basically what his hair looks like. His eyes, it's gonna look like that. White pupils, but with like, instead of everything white on the back, it's black. So it's basically this. You see there? And they think he's blind, or, well, some of them think he's blind, and some of them think it's just his quirk. Maybe it's something to do with his eyes, but they're kind of completely wrong there. Maybe, I don't know. So we time skip when he's 4. Don't want to do that. And so it's his birthday, and for his birthday he's going to the Quirk doctor. I'm sorry for mispronouncing that. But so he goes to the Quirk doctor, and the guy, well, it's not the same guy who supposedly steals his quirk. I'm not sure if that's actually true or not. I don't read mangas that much. So sorry about that. So he's one of them's like, the guy is a different guy. He says, your son, Miss Midoriya, your son has a quirk, and it's a very interesting quirk. It's one that we've almost never seen before. Instead of them saying, and him saying like, this one kid had a shadow quirk, and it was like shaped like a bird. If you don't know what I'm talking about, it's Tokoyami. And in this one, Tokoyami and Deku are gonna be good friends. And so Deku was excited. He goes to daycare after. To the daycare he goes for kindergarten. I don't know what it is. So he goes there, and he says, and it's not gonna be the first day. It's just, he's gonna be going there. Bakugo's showing off his quirk, and Bakugo, he won't be that of a poopy head. He's not gonna be as jerky, like a jerk, as he's in the original. But so he's not gonna be as that of a jerk, but he has a little bit of pride. He won't put that up to his head though. He has an amount of pride where he thinks if he trains more, he'll be stronger or something. I don't know if that made sense. But Deku doesn't really know how to show off his quirk. So some people think he's quirkless, but Baku doesn't. Some people, like half of the class, thinks he's quirkless. Half of the class thinks he's not quirkless. And I guess we'll time skip to the beginning of the anime, the end of middle school. And so at the end of middle school, we all know this scene if you've seen My Hero Academia. The teacher comes in with the papers saying, everyone settle down, I have your tests for what careers you want. But he throws those up into the air and says, I know all of you want to be heroes. And Baku says in his mind, some of us can, some of us can't. And Bakugo and Deku, they're gonna be rivals. They're gonna be friends, but also rivals. Oh, sorry about that. So they're gonna be rivals. He doesn't say anything bad. He just thinks something in his mind, or some of us can be heroes and some of us can't. And oh, sorry about that. So he said, for plot convenience, let's just say Tokoyami is in the school. And he says, so Tokoyami, Deku, and Bakugo, they're all gonna be rivals, but Tokoyami and Deku are gonna be friend rivals. And Bakugo is just gonna be like, he's just gonna be there. He's a friend, but he's more of a rival than a friend. So the teacher says, oh, Bakugo, you want to be in My Hero Academia, in the My Hero course, or I don't know what he says there, in the UA course. As you as well, Tokoyami and Noob. That's what they call him in the school, I guess. I want Noob and Sailbot. Noob Sailbot. That's technically that. And Deku, he's been training a lot. So he can summon Sailbot a few times to show that some people are wrong. And he's already done this and shown that he has a quirk. And some people, ooh, that's creepy. Oh, sorry. Some people doubted him, but now they just feel dumb for doubting someone with an amazing quirk. And Sailbot is gonna be a goofy. He's gonna be goofy, and he's mostly gonna play tricks on people like Bakugo, mostly. And Deku too, he will join Noob's side, even though they have totally complete opposites of personalities. Because Noob is a jokester, and Deku's more serious in this one. And so we go to the 10 months of training. Deku's not gonna have the one for all. Tokoyami's actually gonna get it, because I don't know if anyone's thought about this, but why not Tokoyami have one for all? It could be cool. It would overpower Dark Shadow, but he could learn. Just how he learned to do that armor thing with Dark Shadow. So Tokoyami gets a quirk. 10 months of training. Deku trains. He's more lean and buff. And he's mostly doing tricks on Bakugo though. He comes over to Bakugo's house and just plays tricks on him. Something like that. And entrance exam time. Because everyone's trained. Bakugo has trained. Tokiyami is trained. And Deku has trained. And now that mostly Tokiyami, Deku, and Bakugo are kind of gonna be the strongest out of the class. And with that, that's technically who's gonna be the strongest out of the class. So entrance exam, Bakugo. Well, Deku, he's wearing a hood. Bakugo's just wearing casual clothes. Tokiyami is wearing a normal thing. I don't know what he wears. What he would wear. He has a bird head, so I don't know what he'd wear. So the entrance exam, Ida being the one anime character that in My Hero Academia that I don't like and think that's annoying, he says to Deku to stop using phones because Deku didn't really care about the exam and what rules he did, so they told him to do. So he was on his phone stuff, listening to music or something, I don't know. Bakugo was just talking to Tokoyami and stuff. And Ida says to the three of them to stop. Deku, stop using your phone. Well, he doesn't say Deku, or because he doesn't know. You stop using your phone. You stop talking to the bird. And to Tokoyami. I don't know what he'd call him. The bird guy, I guess. Stop talking to the bird guy. And Bakugo, he has a short temper, so he says, "Shut up, nerd, 4 eyes," or something like that. I don't know what he'd say. Well, he'd say what he says in the anime. He says what he says in the what he says in class the first day. Wait, what do I do there? Well, he says what he says in the first day of class, and Ida's shocked because no one's told him to do that. Told him to insult him like that. And we go to the end. And Deku, after Bakugo says that, Deku says, Ida turns back around and tells President Mike to explain the 0-pointer, because in the behalf of UA, that'd be very, very stupid of UA to not explain the 0-pointer or the giant robot. And Deku stands up saying he was just about to say that 4 eyes. And you're technically disturbing everyone else by screaming to President Mike for not yet explaining something. And he just thinks about this, and he just sits back down. He just sits back down, and he feels stupid. He feels stupid, which he should feel stupid, because I don't know why he would do that in the anime. But, so oh, right, I forgot to explain the written part of the test. Well, Deku gets first, cause he's big brain. Tokoyami gets second. No. Tokoyami gets fourth, Bakugo gets fifth, and Todoroki gets third, and Momo gets second. That's what I'll say, yeah. And so after that, they go out to their places. For plot convenience, Tokoyami, Bakugo, and Deku are in the same place, and they've been working on some power moves and Bakugo unlocked Howard's Impact early, and Tokoyami unlocked the bird armor thing, Dark Shadow. So they're gonna be doing some combos with that. And the combo that Noob and Saibot and Deku, Noob, Saibot, and Deku, that's, I used to call them that, and I've been doing is pretty cool, and the finishing move for the three of them is gonna be destructive. And so the gates open, but President Mike hasn't even said go, and the gates have already opened. And Bakugo, Tokoyami, and Deku will just run in there, and Ida's saying, "How dare you cheat?" in behalf of the hero school of UA. President Mike failed them or something, and President Mike says, No, go follow those examples. In a real hero situation, there are no countdowns." And Ida's dumbfounded. He basically he's getting trampled in being stupid or something. I don't know what to say. So I'd say off the bat, Deku gets like 75 points with Noob and him. Noob, Saibot, and him. And Bakugo gets no, I don't know, 79? 79 because he has Howard Sword Impact. Let's just say that, but in a few, Deku's gonna surpass him. And if you hear anything background music, that's just my sister playing music. But Deku is gonna surpass Bakugo by 100. Tokoyami, he's going into his bird form thing, and he gets 102. Bakugo surpasses 2 and he gets 100 also. So they're basically tied until they do their super move on a 3-pointer. Well, Bakugo does How's Impact. Deku does something real cool. And if you don't know what the weapons of noob sailbots uses, he has like these scythe things. These, you know what they use to like chop the things on like a farm, like the crops, like those hooks and stuff, those hooks. He pulls that out of sailbot's chest and starts whamming on this 3-pointer, then a 1-pointer, then a 2-pointer, and he's just going ham on the robots, and basically they all have the same points. They all have the same points until the 0-pointer comes in. 0-pointer comes in. Uraka is trying to get out the rubble, but can't, even though she has a gravity quirk. And so Tokoyami is gonna save her. Bakugo is gonna take care of the feet of the robot, and Deku he's gonna transform his hook things into like this giant scythe. I don't know. He can't. Noob Sailbot can't do this in the game, but I'm just adding this because I feel like it would be cool. So he turns it into a giant scythe and cuts the 0-pointer's head off. Well, its like feet are destroyed. And after Tokoyami got Uraka out of the rubble, he did what he did in the training camp. And because it's like almost nightfall, let's say that, for plot convenience. And he uses the darkness to power himself up, and Bakugo's at the ready to put Tokoyami back to his normal self. And Tokoyami just like starts. He can't do this, but I'm just adding a little bit of moves that I want to add. He starts creating more fists, because his fists are giant now, and he starts punching him. You know, like in the overall arc where Deku saves Eri and goes to 1,000%. He does technically that, and he just goes ham on the robot. And Deku cuts cuts the robot head off, and then slices it in half. And then Bakugo makes a giant explosion, actually breaking his arms in the process just to save his friend. And that's basically the end of the 0-pointer. And all of them, they get the same amount of points. They all tied. And they all tied. And let's say All Might comes out. I don't know. Let's just say that All Might comes out and greets them. Bakugo's nerding out. Deku's nerding out in the inside. Tokoyami isn't really a big fan of All Might, but still he greets them and says, "You've definitely gotten in." If there isn't to the three of them, All Might says, on the behalf of the principal and my own opinion, all three of you would have gone to a grade higher than well, I don't know, like if there was like a grade higher than then class 1A, you three would definitely go in there. And there are like it brings up their pride, but it doesn't bring up their pride up to like Bakugo level. And yeah, 2 weeks pass. 2 weeks pass. They get their acceptance letter, and actually, let me see. All right, they get their acceptance letters, and that's where I'm actually gonna be ending it off. If you like the what if, like if you want to, and if you subscribe, it's free. You can subscribe anytime and unsubscribe anytime. That's gonna be it. Yeah, that's it. Nothing to say after that.